In this video we will be talking about how to deploy remote application server and resource. A remote application is an application delivery solution wherein the actual application is installed on a central server and is used from a remote device. It allows user to use various applications on the intranet through VDI. For the CS mode application system, the user terminal does not need to install the client application. The application system on the device side is used. This reduces the limitations of CS application usage and improve ease of use. Some BS architecture applications need to be installed in the client browser to access the plugin. But the plugin is not compatible with the phone or tablet or does not support installation etc., and can be used by remote application publishing. Configuration steps. 1. Set up the terminal server. 2. Configure the remote application server on VDC. 3. Release remote application resources. 4. Log in and access the resource. First of all, we need to set up remote desktop service on Windows Server. To do that, launch the Server Manager. Add new roles and select Remote Desktop Service. Click Next and complete the setup. The Windows may reboot several times during the setup. Once the setup is complete, we need to install Agent on the Windows. Log into VDC, go to Server Management. On the menu bar, select Download Remote App Agent. Press Run and install the agent. The terminal service will restart and require to log in. Now, reboot the Windows to complete the installation. Next, we will configure the remote app server on VDC. Launch VDC and go to Server Management. Click New and select Remote App Server. Enter the necessary informations and press Test Connectivity. Verify that the connection is successful. We can now add applications by clicking on Select from Server. Check on the applications you wish to add and click Submit. If an application is not found in the list, you may add the path manually here. Once done, click Save and Add. Remember to apply the changes. We can see that the remote application server is added and online now. Lastly, create a remote application resource for the user. We can also provide an URL to open up during launching the remote application. Select the right server and click Save and Add. Remember to apply the changes. Now, we can log into VDI and launch the remote application. Precautions. After modifying configurations, be sure to click Apply at the top right of the screen. Windows Server System needs to be activated, otherwise the remote application resources may not work properly. VDC and Windows Server use TCP 7170, 7171, 7172 port for communication. The device that passes through the Windows firewall and the intermediate network must allow the port to communicate. If the Windows Server terminal server is added to the AD domain, the terminal server username needs to fill in the domain suffix. Print spooler and secondary logon services need to start on Windows Server, otherwise the agent installation will fail. Ensure that the network between the VPN device and the terminal server has no NAT environment during deployment. Otherwise, the remote application will be abnormal. In the end of this tutorial, we have learned on how to set up remote application server, how to deploy remote application resource,